But I'm very relaxed and relieved to get to play some Modern on stream today. Again, with the Third Path Iconoclast deck, this is something we played 2 matches of on Tuesday. We were 2-0, but we could only play the 2-player queue at the time. I think we played against like Boros, Lotus Field, and Tamashi combo, so 2 kind of weird decks. But the idea is that this is Breachless Breach, okay? This is Breachless Breach. And so you have a lot of the same synergistic value package, right? Where you are a Ragavan, Emry, Urza, Saga deck with Expressive Iteration. But instead of playing Breach Grinding Station, you're just, you're playing more value in interactive cards. You're playing Metallic Rebuke, you're playing Thoughtcast, which both go very well with Third Path Iconoclast. And obviously Breach is a good deck, but the idea is that when you play this list, you get to be very resilient to cards like Pithing Needle, cards like Rest in Peace, to cards like Besage You, to Artifact Hate in general. You're still kind of weak to Saga Hate, but you just get to play a fair strategy kind of instead, and not have the backdoor combo. Obviously, like the combo version I think is viable as well, but I think that this list has a lot of legs too. And there definitely is something to be said for, like, especially now that people are more used to playing against the combo, just not being weak to Graveyard Hate and Pithing Needle and some other cards. Ooh. Triple Thoughtcast time. I think I'll try to keep this on the draw. Maybe a little greedy. Could you make this deck with the Transform of Sideboard and potentially go faster against other combo decks with the combo? I mean, potentially. So one issue I have with that plan is, like, there's a decent chance, like, you play game 1 and your opponent just, like, thinks that you're Underworld Breach and brings in hate cards for Breach, you know what I mean? And so, like, if you're going to pivot into the sideboard, into the Breach plan post-board, that'll be a big problem. How's this deck versus Murktide? I think it's okay. The card Murktide Region itself is kind of tricky to deal with, but you do have an Aether Spellbomb that you can recur with Emry. Urza Saga tokens game 1 are very good against them. It's Murktide, it's always going to be a somewhat close matchup. Wooded Foothills go. If I could travel a little place around 1.5 hours away. I mean, I don't want to take a 1.5 hour Uber there and back. I don't know. I did also get the cards. I got the cards that I was looking for, thankfully. Man, they had a removal spell for my Ragavan. Ropeburn, 21 months, thank you. Your prep description is what I saw play Magic, just stressed me out. Yeah, the stress has been, like, getting to me a lot lately, to be honest. It's been pretty bad. Bjorn, thank you for the 5 months. So we found our land. Can't cast any of our spells though, so we'll just pass back. Yeah, Marco, that wasn't the without saying what it was. So, like, oh, they're playing Magda. That's really cool. So, like, that you played against one of my, like, desperation drastic changes that I ended up, like, losing a couple of matches because of the changes. I think I'm just gonna play the deck I've been prepping. I'm gonna bring the other one. I'm gonna get it together. I'm just gonna play the deck I've been prepping. I'll bring an ADH deck. We'll have a good time. 2-0 versus Mono Green this league. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was 0-3 against it. No, I was actually 1-3 against it. I don't know. Maybe I was also, like, just not keeping the right hands either. Do you like your green black rock what you saw? I mean, I kind of, for the most part, feel like green black is not as good as red black. You know what I mean? Hey, Tachi, how's it going? Fable, huh? I mean, we're, like, pretty dead here since we haven't done anything for several turns. I'm gonna concede, I think. I'm gonna concede with 6 uncastables in my hand. The old mental health concede. Don't know exactly what they're doing, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna bring a Needle against, like, any Ridden 6 deck. The think I would be interested in the 4th copy of Unholy Heat. I'm going to cut the Aether Spellbomb. And let's cut the Mox Amber against the more interactive deck, or seemingly more interactive deck. Creativity? They're not playing creativity. They cast a Magda against us. Magda is actually my commander. Wow. Small world, huh? I'll probably get an island. I really doubt they're playing Blood Moon, but there's a non-zero chance. Yeah, Magda is literally 2-mana Fable, huh? Makes sense they would play Ragavan in their treasure deck, huh? So I'm thinking about potentially holding the Springleaf Drum to trigger 3rd path Iconoclast. So next turn I could go land, Springleaf Drum, and I would be short of casting Metallic Rebuke, so I think I'll just cast the drum now. You need a clown car for the Magda deck. I don't know what the hell is clown car. Is that that's not a real Magic card, is it? Like, it's not actually called clown car. In 2022, you have to like actually ask that question, I guess. Oh my gosh, it is a real card. When clown car ETB, roll a d6 for each odd result. Roll X d6. Create a 1/1 for each even. Wait, why isn't it not a coin flip? That's actually so annoying to me that it's a die roll. Oh, okay, I guess it works with die roll synergies, not coin. Wait, why doesn't it work with? Why is it a coin flip? Or why is it a die roll, not a coin flip? If it's a 50-50 result. It's always supposed to be a coin flip. What am I missing? Their mechanics doesn't work with die rolling, I guess. Just weird. Heavy die rolling theme. I see. Yeah, I don't think I'll be probably putting Infinity cards in the deck. I'm too tired. Too tired for Infinity cards. Okay, let's get a Mishra's research desk, I think. And hold up the Rebuke. Clowns aren't supposed to make sense. I mean, fair enough. Knight Ares, think of the 8 months. Appreciate you. So I don't think we're gonna be able to play Iconoclast and Saga token and hold up Rebuke. We can make a Saga token. We can make a Saga token Thoughtcast and then hold up Rebuke, but in order to Rebuke, we can't attack with the construct. So I think we'll just attack with the construct and make a Saga token into turn. Knight Ares, think of the 8 months. Is there any tension with winning the sack of Mishra's Bauble while having affinity cards, or is the artifact count high enough to not worry about it? So the way I think about Thoughtcast, this is the only affinity card in the deck, is that Thoughtcast is very easily turned on by Urza Saga and 3rd path Iconoclast. Both these cards like basically make Thoughtcast a 1-mana spell after a little bit of work. And you also have you have other artifacts in the deck, of course, but this is not like a true affinity deck in the sense that we're playing Thoughtcast and Thought Monitor and Cranioplating and all this stuff. It's really just like that Thoughtcast is pretty easy to turn on with these two cards. There are going to be some situations, yes, where you don't want to sacrifice your Mishra's Bauble. But that's, I think, maybe a little bit of another dialogue tree, I guess. Alright, let me just make a mana here. And then with them not cracking their Misty Rainforest, I will Pithing Needle their Misty Rainforest. And let's cast our Iconoclast into Thoughtcast. Do you think the new synthesizer is a staple tutor target in Red Saga decks? The new Mishra's research desk? Yes, I think this card is very good in decks. Okay, I will pay. Alright, just hold up the Rebuke. Get him for 12. Mug, think of it 16 again. Yeah, I think basically every red Saga deck is going to want to play this card. I've been pretty impressed with it so far. Any reason I'm not playing Experimental Synthesizer? Synthesizer is really bad with counter spells. Alright, still have seen very little of my opponent's deck. I'm going to click submit. Synthesizer is also like a card I almost only like really want in a deck that has like sack outlets, so Oni Cult Anvil, Goblin Engineer, Grinding Station. I don't like it so much in decks like this that have no sack outlets. Is Emry just that good to recast Baubles? You have a few other artifacts in the deck, but it's also like you can't play a Mox Amber without the Emrys, and like I want to be able to play the first Mox Amber. Emry recasting Bauble is really good, yeah. You don't have to play Emry though, there's other options. We kept a hand like this game 1 and lost. Although my opponent's on a mold of 6. We have literally 5 castable spells. This hand is really good against Rin and 6. I'm going to try it. There's a really good chance I just like Needle Rin and 6 turn 1 and then try to draw a land in the top 2. And so I can go like Ragavan plus Spell Pierce up. Please don't F6. I'll name Rin and 6 if they don't crack the fetch in response. That's true. No, we had Ragavan in our opening hand in game 1. We're Ragavan in the blind. Channeler said Emry. Yeah, you can play Channeler, you can play Ledger Shredder. I do think I haven't been unimpressed by Emry though, and it's just that easy, champ. I have not been unimpressed by Emry. I'm not, particularly close to like just wanting to play Channeler instead. But yeah, yes, I consider Ledger Shredder and Channeler for my blue-red deck with lots of spells. Say man to the 15 months, thank you, and the Yunk with the Twitch Prime, thank y'all as well. Is Iconoclast better than Sidemaster Thopterist? Yes. This card costs 2 mana and triggers off of like instants and sorceries, and Side costs 3 mana. and only triggers off of artifacts. But the difference between 2 and 3 in modern or in any format is just like it is just the biggest difference you could ever imagine. Okay, so does this work? Can I click Emry then click treasure token? Yes. And we hit a Bauble. Hopefully they don't have any sweepers in their deck. We haven't seen any so far. I feel like I'm not supposed to play around it. They're playing Magda and Ragavan, so like I don't think I'd be very likely to be playing sweepers in their deck, Okay, so we're gonna cast this Bauble. Trigger the Thopterist. I think I'm gonna heat the token since I might just want to be Galvanic Blasting them. Awesome. What are my thoughts on green pods? I thought it was fine, but I want to try to get in with our red splash. Ooh, Shape Anew. Although they should probably be playing Gingerbread Cabin. Magda Shape Anew, very cool. I don't know if they're shaping it. Probably Planar Bridge. Last game, do we not get a token off Metallic Rebuke? We should have. Maybe you could get a clip if you think we didn't. Iovine, 25 months, thank you. This deck really has felt great so far. I mean, it's only a third match, and we've been playing against like a lot of like kind of off-tier stuff, but I mean, my opponent still has Fable, Red and 6, Ragavan, Lightning Bolt, Freddy paid for Spell Pierce, yeah. Yeah, kind of like creativity. Yeah, the big difference between Shape Anew and creativity is you can actually play creatures in your deck. One issue is that creatures stink, but that is the key difference. So they drew the red after the turn 2 needle. Always punish. Should have pierced it. So just Blightstone right now. All right. Cool. Part of it is like crazy stress tilt. I was also not playing the best of my ability, probably. Great, we're playing against a frequent deck techer. I played bad deck. So I was playing this blue-red 8 pyro list with Make Disappear as like a pretty cool counterspell when you're making all these tokens incidentally. I think I saw some other lists like pretty similar to this. But like boy did like just all of my opponents have sweepers or just against mono green, the fact that I had no flyers meant I was just like I felt pretty boned. Alright, one lander, no lander, mold to 4. One lander, no lander. Alright, let's turn to Emry, I guess. Spinach 22 months, thank you. When I play Modern Wild, can I recommend a deck? I always recommend just spending some time looking at lists and try to find something that you think is interesting. Because like Modern is just like such a big, diverse format with things that appeal to drastically different players. So I just recommend taking some time. Take some time to realign. Go Saga. Hit a Bauble. That's great. Would cranial plating be good in this build instead of 4th rebuke or 2nd pierce? I think we're like a little creature light for cranial plating. I did consider cranial plating, but I think you're a little creature light, and it's also like, you know, this is a deck that is kind of interested in playing a more grindy game plan in sub matchups, a more tempo-y game plan in sub matchups, and cranial plating I don't necessarily feel like is going to work the way you need it to every spot. Okay. Saga, Triumph, Stomping Ground, Spreading Seas, Fury. Mold to 4, baby. Mold to 4. But keeping Galvanic plus Iteration and bottoming Emry, Mox, and 4 card hand, I feel like Iteration's more likely than Emry to give us extra card back. You may be right. I kind of feel like Emry is like, you know, Emry in this spot is like by far the highest upside play. Where, like, if we can get Emry Bauble going, this is going to be a great way to claw back into things. And in spots like this, where I mold a 4, I have no functional hands, I basically always try to take the highest upside hand. Where, like, on a mold of 4, like, Iteration as just a 2-for-1 is gonna get me up to, like, a mold of 5, and that's still not likely to be good enough in most games, but if Emry survives, it draws me a card every single turn, and I just draw super well, then that's something I'm a bit more hopeful for. Yeah, I just showed this, the blue-red 8 Pyro deck I put together last night. Unsure if it's any good. I was losing a lot with it. I don't know what my opponent's doing. This Charming Prince feels really weird to me in a deck that like I've seen no cards that are good to flicker. 3 cards in opponent's hand. Hopefully my opponent hasn't been sandbagging a second Spreading Seas this whole time. Yeah, someone suggested Balmore. Balmore, I feel like could potentially be a pretty win more card, a card that is good when you've had like an active token generator. I thought it was a good suggestion though. I play versus Karn Kruger Fires deck. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. Fury and Fable kind of flicker. Well, yeah, that's true. One seems to potentially be flooding. I think Soldier's gonna be impactful in any format other than Standard. I watched Doom play Soldiers and Pioneer last night. The deck looked pretty like much worse than Humans. Ooh, we got a research desk now. Remember that you can just sack research desk end of turn. The cards are until next turn. So we have to hold up the rebuke pretty freely here, although not like the... At this point in the game, we're not going to be able to rebuke too much. I feel like Ledger Shredder over some copies of Emry and Thoughtcast could make the deck operate more smooth when the synergies aren't coming together. You're not wrong, but you're also like, you know, to some extent, the suggestion is basically saying we should play Murktide instead. Where if you want to play a non-synergistic blue-red tempo deck, all of a sudden you're taking away the Thoughtcasts, you're taking away the Emrys. You need to be off the Urza Sagas, and you need to be on Murktide Regent and not the artifact synergies, in my opinion. There's obviously like some, or yeah, if you remove Deputy Response to the trigger doesn't happen, by the way. If you there's some nuance there, like that is not. Oh, come on, I guess I have the Unearth. That's not, you know, all there is to it, but oh, maybe I'm just supposed to unearth this. Like, what am I ever rebuking right now? Yeah, I know I have Gigantha. Is it better to Gigantha? I guess maybe it's better to Gigantha than to Research Desk again here. Get some way the Deputy trigger works. So, as a general rule of thumb, like if Leyline Binding and Deputy, their triggers are all one text box. If those things are all one text box, if you kill it in response, the trigger, the thing never leaves the battlefield. That's like as good as I can give you. I know it's like weird and unintuitive. I'm not like 100% sure. I just know layers, you know. No, I'm so pissed that they would cast something that I could have rebuked. Damn it. That feels awful. F6 check. I didn't have the mana to rebuke. I wasn't F6. I just couldn't rebuke. Ooh, but then now I can Aether Spell, or hopefully I can Aether Spellbomb. Okay, let's take the Bauble, I guess. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Iconoclast. I'm just thinking that if my opponent casts a second Agent of Treachery. Oh, is this a... Oh, this has got to be Enigmatic Incarnation. Well, we get to untap with Emry. We have Aether Spellbomb. To bouncy Agent. I'm going to go ahead and cast this Thoughtcast first, though. Okay. Just pass back. Maybe I should have cracked the Bauble in the turn. I mean, this is fine. Engine, 10 months, thank you. Well, I guess I'll bounce this now so they can't tap it for mana. Remember we mulled before this game? And just have played like a fair plan this entire time? 2 cards in the bottom. I feel like I should maybe just kill this now before they start flickering it. Like, I really, really don't think I'm ever casting Rebuke. Although my opponent could go like cantrip into something. My life total is also just not that high. Yeah, my opponent flooding a lot helped, but I don't know. We got the blowout with the Deputy of Detention to make them double binding, which was like, ended up getting like a 3-for-1 off the Saga. I think that was the biggest thing. I mean, my opponent also spread. I mulled before my opponent spreading seized my turn 2 Saga. It's hard to say too much more than that, I think. Yeah, you want an Emry? You ever see more of the deck? There's the Enigmatic Incarnation. Yeah, and they killed my Emry too. We're not no actuallys. This has been a feat. I think I'm just gonna cast Gigantha. Could still lose. Although I don't know how many Agent of Treacheries they play, because even if they Incarnation and they sack the Binding, I don't know if they just have more. Time is my flight. It's like 6:30 tonight, so we have. I've got time. I'm not gonna do like a full super long stream today, just because last night was so stressful. I didn't get to pack, and just hopefully today is a bit more relaxing. Uh-oh. Well, let's find out if they have more Agent of Treacheries in the deck. Choose 2. Yeah, Soul definitely came through. I was hoping to just like naturally draw an Iconoclast. There we go. I think I'm tapping Giganta this turn. Wait, hold on, what? Why is this like... Oh, the Giganta's bugged. I can't believe it. I can't believe I actually wanted to tap Giganta for mana, and it was bugged. Damn it. I guess we really have to win this one on hard mode, huh? No, you can't spend the mana, looks like. Yeah, I got fixed. Hot fix. Yeah, we'll see if they don't have another 8-drop in the deck, we may be okay. Kind of weird to be saying that, I guess. Okay, so if they attack me with Titan, I think I block the Gigantha and the 2 soldiers on it. I just realized that these being soldiers has, like, tribal implications, too. Can't you Spellbomb the Titan and counter? I don't think so. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can pay. Could double counter. I feel like I just better to double block. I guess I should have let this trigger happen. They're probably just gonna sack the Fable into an Omnath, though. I kind of like, I'd be shocked if there's 3 8-drops in this like non-Yorion deck. Although it is, I play bad decks, yeah. Come on, third path Iconoclast. You can do it. Only have 19 cards in library. And that was not much help. So I think I'm almost definitely just going to crack this for a card right now. Another land. Literally how? Alright, shuffle that away. Oh, I guess how is because I have like almost no action left in my deck. Fuck. That would make sense. That'll do it, having like no more removal in the deck for Omnath. Alright, if my Urza Saga tokens live though, we've got a chance. They'll be super big with the third path Iconoclast. Wait, this is modern. Yeah, this is modern. At what point do we start casting Rebuke to make more soldiers? Probably this turn. Or sorry, I need to make the construct. If we have the spare mana, it's probably not any deeper than that. Rest in peace, sweet third path Iconoclast. Maybe they'll kill the Emry actually. Resolves. Enigmatic Incarnation Pie with Emissary instead of Agent of Treachery. I'm not. What do you want me to say to that? The crew, we think of Twitch Prime, appreciate you. I don't know what you want me to say to that. Oh, but they get a 3. They get a 3 off the trial. They get like Eternal Witness, Renegade Rallier for Spreading Seas. Yeah. Fuck. Not making it easy. I think that's all my sagas. Somehow my Iconoclast is still alive, though. Now it dies, or does it? I guess this is when Breach looks nice. I mean, this is like the weirdest game I've like maybe ever played on this stream, where I mull to 4, I get my Frog's Spreading Seas, and we're up against Enigmatic Incarnation, and we're ahead, and they top deck the Incarnation, and we get Agent of Treacheries and Titan. So, when I play games like this, I am really just not almost ever going to like walk away from a game like this with like a conclusion. I'm basically never going to like formulate a new opinion after a game like this. You know what I mean? Time to cash and rebuke for some 1/1s. We'll see. I might. Yeah. Yes. I do think so. And then we can bounce this next turn. They'll have just 2 blockers. Yeah, the games are definitely fun, but it's like it's not like we need to play Breach in our deck for these kind of games. Just not that serious. Okay. Oh, so I guess I should have rebuked that for the token. So Omnath is gaining so much life. I don't have almost any action left in the deck either. I'm assuming my opponent can't... Oh, they have the Utopia Sprawl. I missed that they had the Sprawl. They've already shown us Spirits and Companion. I don't know how many 2s they play. They show us 3 2s already. They probably have nothing. Alright, that's not nothing. How many icons we have left? I think we have 1 left. They have Graveyard Trespasser on top of the library. Yikes. Okay, there's our one icon. So we'll double rebuke for tokens. Think I'm going to dash Ragavan, attack with the tokens and the Ragavan. Hope for the best. Seems my best is 4 damage. Dang, we're down on clock. Oh man, this is too early for this. I've been saying that all day. Okay, shuffle away the Graveyard Trespasser too. Any chance we can mill them out? Not really. Okay, do your worst. Seems hard to win in 8 turns. Just to watch me. They have another 3? Or have another 3. Oh, they have the Trespasser. What about Mirror Box? Mirror Box would be so good in this deck. Great suggestion. I feel like you should have unlimited Giganthas. Like, you should just be able to keep grabbing Giganthas from the from the sideboard. Okay, Glasspool Mimic. They still have another fetch line. I mean, they may run out of fetchables. Yeah, it should be just like companions. I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna play prior. No, I mean I've been saying I've been keeping it secret this whole time, and now I'm losing my mind because I'm losing my matches. So I don't know, dude. We'll talk about it after the tournament. I just bounce that, and sure. You figure it out. Imagine stock one good. I mean, it might be. You know, I'm losing my mind over here. Bear with me. Oh no, but then they get to Brain Maggot my Spell Pierce. I think they're out of fetchables also. But do they sack the Brain Maggot for their Graveyard Trespasser? I guess they will. They'll get rid of my Aether Spellbomb. I see all the lines. All the lines. The Vivian combo, they're just playing value Enigmatic Incarnation pile. Alright, let's make 4 more tokens. Stupid Omnath. Just like passive. Does anybody have any idea how much life this Omnath has gained this turn, or this game? Just like way too much. So this hits them for 7, down to 7. Showdown of the Scalds. Revealing Seal of Fire, Leyline Binding, Spreading Seas, Enigmatic Incarnation. I'm going to die to the Seal of Fire plus 2 Graveyard Trespasser triggers, so me milling them is not really going to ever work here. I have to bank on my opponent having no more fetchables left in their deck too, which is like, you know, possible. Fail to find. You figure it out. I think this is not quite enough. I think we put them to 1. No, they don't have white mana. They don't have white mana to cast the binding. They don't have white mana to cast the binding. So we win if my opponent has no fetchables. Let's go! Yes! I can't. Perfectly calculated. Jacob, 16 months. Appreciate ya. Welcome back. I needed that so bad. I needed that W. Yeah, that was a mold of 4. My opponent Spreading Seas my Saga on turn 2 and Furied my Emry. And I remember I cracked that fetch land. I'm like, I have like nothing left in the deck. I have like nothing left in the deck. And I cracked that fetch land so many turns ago. Oh, I cracked that fetch land so many turns ago, and there was just nothing in there. There was just nothing in the deck. For Xaxes, oh man, Pyrite Spellbomb. We're just not gonna get in a situation like that again. Probably. I think I'm just resubmitting. Like I literally can't believe we won that game. 1-0 in this match. Like actually unreal. Who needs Underworld Breach? Not me. Let's keep this. I think I would want Spear main deck over Third Blast or Heat. You could. So like the thing that my issue with that is, for the most part, I consider Shadow Spear. I don't know if I went second Saga. For the most part, I consider Shadow Spear to be a main deck hedge against like exactly Murktide, where like game one, Urza Saga tokens, with the Shadow Spear do a good job of racing Murktide. So with that in mind, I think you either want to play an Aether Spellbomb or a Shadow Spear, and either one of those two things can deal with a Murktide. And with Archon of Cruelty in the format, I think I'm a bit more inclined to play the Yep, what's up?
I have my meeting test.
Yes, good luck.
At 10, so don't.
Well, I won't have another game like that for the rest of my life.
Okay, sure.
I swear. Chat, tell Esther if there will ever be another game like that last one. It was actually unreal.
Okay, well.
Yeah, maybe keeping up Rebuke is better. He lies. No, my truths. It was actually unreal.
Okay.
You would have been so impressed.
Sure. All right.
Yes, good luck, sweetie. Next game, completely identical. Maybe. So we draw a blue or red source that can go Iconoclast with Rebuke up. But Esther's on to round 3 of the interviews at the job she wants, so looking pretty promising. Very hyped for her. I think I will Heat end of turn. I think we sack desk, and then we get one of these for next turn. Aether Spellbomb or Emry. Oh, I guess we can Emry now actually, and then hold up Rebuke off the Amber. It's actually really good. Yeah, the research desk has been great so far. I've been really happy with it. Since when is Mox Amber 65 in paper? Since EDH became the main Magic format. Yeah, also Breach. It's like also Breach, but like let's be real, it's it's because of EDH. If you ever find yourself asking, holy shit, why are cards so expensive? It's 9 times out of 10 because of EDH these days. I think I'm down to just fire off another iteration, mostly looking for a blue source so I can keep up the Rebuke, but you know, sometimes you don't find your land off of 2 iterations. Goldfish just debut. Okay, I remember I bought 3 recently for I think probably like 55 or something for the Breach deck. Well, looks like they were gonna play around Metallic Rebuke anyways. What's under this? An Iconoclast? Literally the rudest ever, huh? Although I guess this is actually just super easy. I pay for none of the soldiers. And I can pay for the Amber for itself, then I just double blast them. After casting a Bauble for Metalcraft. Oh, this is going on the stack. Okay, I don't need this. Just easy turn, actually. Feeling like Brian Kibler, double blasting. Here, Lucy's barking in the background. Okay, we are 2-0, and we're 4-0 overall with the deck. That was such a hard-fought match. Okay, come here, Lucy. Get in your chair. Yeah, get in your chair. Come to work. Come to work, Lucy. Yeah. Yeah, come on. She says, but there's a cat outside. Lucy can't. Well, she's just sitting by her chair right now because she would rather be outside or rather be barking at the window. One Dreadnought for Saga. You can only play Dreadnought, I think, if you're playing like Metal Cysts and or Cranial Plating. We have a couple of Shrapnel Blasts. That would be a very different build. But yeah, I mean, with Iconoclast, there's like tons and tons of options. This is, I think, a somewhat safe way to build the deck. There you go, Lucy. I'm excited to see Lucy when we get back. Yeah, Lucy and Athena. Okay, Dwarven Mine. So let's hold up Metallic Rebuke so we don't get Ren and Sixth. Yeah, the best part of coming back is seeing Esther, of course, but how excited the dogs are always is just warms your heart. I think if my opponent is going to bolt the Ragavan or something, they'll do it in combat. Huh. Gotta say, I wasn't expecting Remand. It's kind of fine, I guess. So I'm missing my land drop at the moment. I think I'll go for the Iconoclast plus Bauble. Could have held up the Rebuke this turn, but my opponent like pretty clearly doesn't have Rain and 6 or Fire Ice, and we just got a removal spell off the top. Oh, Manamorphose. I've seen Breach play Manamorphose before. I'm trying to like remember why. Yeah. That's true. They're probably more likely to just be Grixis. No, don't have Fire. I'm gonna lose it. Okay, the Manamorphose. For blue-black. Sparring Speculation, what I hope is Lord of the Rings gives us Sexy Gimli is playable in Eternal formats to mix Magda tier 1. Well, at least in EDH, having Sexy Gimli to go with Magda. Plays a red source, bolts the Iconoclast. So we'll have Rebuke up with the Treasure plus Bauble, so we should be able to attack with the Soldier. So we can play the Saga. We don't get the untapped Spirebluff, but I guess that's fine too. Still have Rebuke up. I think they're just creativity. Yeah, the Manamorphose always throws me off when I see it out of creativity, but every time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, some creativity pilots play that card, and I don't really know why. I'm just reminded every time I see it. Okay, I think we play the Iconoclast. Yeah, this deck has been really sweet so far. Yeah, a lot of different options in how you can build it. But the base shell is felt really good. Is Titan dead? Titan players are like Titan players are the most dramatic modern players. It's unbelievable. Their deck is incredibly powerful, capable of waiting on turn 2 sometimes, turn 3 like with a pretty big degree of consistency, with a big degree of resiliency against some of the most common interaction played in the format. And despite this, Titan players, like as soon as, you know, one of them loses one game, they are all immediately off of it, despite spending years and years mastering the skills it takes to be a good Titan player. If it's not literally broken, it's dead according to Titan players. It's very similar to fans of White and EDH. Fans of White and EDH who will just like demand that Wizards prints more and more good White cards over and over and over again until White is just one of the best colors. Skills. I mean, denying that it takes a long time to learn to be a skilled amulet pilot is like, come on, like it is tough to be a good amulet pilot. I think it's the best shelf for creativity and pioneer. John 5 color is it? I mean, I think I'm actually like of the opinion that with Stonebrain being printed, you don't want to play creativity anymore. It's just like game 1, you're gonna get your creativity or your target Stonebrain, and you're just gonna lose. And it used to be that you were like pretty good against mono green, which is like a big reason to play the deck, and like you just aren't anymore. You just aren't anymore. Alright, we'll bring in these Flusterstorms. We'll bring in one Alpine Moon. The number of moons against creativity is always kind of weird. I think they're not. I don't think they're playing Ren, so I'm not going to bring in Needle. I bring in Needle against every Ren and 6 deck, though. I don't think I'm going to cut the Lantern. I think I will probably leave in the Research Desk. I usually like to cut the Mox Amber against more interactive decks, which is, you know, of course, what we're playing against here. Why no Darcy's in this list? I mean, this is kind of like a big, maybe becoming a bit of an issue, but maybe we'll just be out on Heat and no Blast. I know I blasted them out, but this kills Archon, kills, you know, Planeswalkers potentially. Pillar deck texts are so you can't see it on the screen because I don't have this text on the Lucy cam, but they're actually 3 gifted subs now. They're actually 3 gifted subs now. Thank you, Pillar. Supposed to get you. I can take a look. You think you'll write a CP article about the deck? At some point. So like, I was doing 2 deck guides for Channel Fireball for like over a year, plus a video, plus like a little highlight. I have scaled that down to just 1 deck guide, 1 video a week, and so it's like it used to be the case that I was pretty easily able to write about everything that I was working on, but that schedule was also like not super sustainable, so I have cut back, and not every deck gets written about anymore. Aggro 14 months, thank you. Yes, see a dream hack. Be a good weekend. Definitely excited to see everybody. Be a fun weekend. 4 on Earth, 4 Asmo, 3 Emry, 4 Engineer, 3 Maria. Okay. Uh-oh. Archon discarded. Oh wait, that was main phase. Okay, that was main phase. Never mind. This also, you have to believe in your expressive iterations, by the way, chat. You have to believe in them. Like here, maybe you wouldn't have found Scalding Tarn plus Mishra's Bauble, but that would have been only because you didn't believe in your iteration. This is a cool draft, a very cool draft. I will say that in a deck playing Thopter Foundry, Haywire Might, Maria, and Urza, and Unearth, you are very, very hard 4 colors, and you're also playing Urza Saga in a 21 land deck, and so your mana looks like a nightmare. Very odd also to see these Written 6s in the sideboard. I don't know if chat can see them, but Written 6s, not a sideboard card. That's the main deck card, or not a card you play at all, I think. Ooh, oh, so I can rebuke this. Obviously, my opponents may be able to counter back, but I have the Aether Spellbomb at least. Dude, Iconoclast has been like insane in this deck. It's been so absurd, which is sad because I haven't liked it nearly as much in Pioneer. But obviously, like when you have like you have Iteration, Bauble, Rebuke, Thoughtcast, it's a bit of a different beast. So one thing I think, and I know this is maybe going to sound, I think my first thought is that this deck is doing a bit too much. Oh, I don't know how I just didn't play around the Dwarven Mine. That's fine though. My very first note is that this deck is doing too much and not playing, and is not fast enough, and does not have enough interaction to afford to be this slow. Echoing Truth is crazy. Yeah, that was a big punt to attack with the Iconoclast. So that's note number 1. So, you know, I will say this. I spent a lot of time working on food decks in Modern. Decks with Asmo. And it took me probably 9 months of Asmo being legal in... I guess I let this resolve since I wanted to keep this up for a persist, and I just have a backup Emry. It was probably 9 months before I finally built my first good Asmo deck in Modern, which was the mono red version with 8 blasts. And then after that, I learned kind of some lessons, and I played the Esper food deck. But the main lessons are, if you're going to play a deck like this, if you're going to play a artifact focused value pile, you need to be able to win by turn 4. You really need to be able to win by turn 4. And so you do have the Sword of the Meek Thopter Foundry plan, but it maybe with Maria it's faster than I would think. Okay, maybe with Maria it's faster. Let's think with only 2 Urzas is kind of slow. Yeah, but I think for the most part I would be interested in cutting the food package from this deck, especially because you didn't find room for Oval Chase Daredevil, so the cookbooks and Asmos are much worse than Oval Chase Daredevil. So maybe you're just playing the 4th Emry, and then you're playing 2 more Urzas, and then you have room to play cards like Metallic Rebuke and or Spell Pierce and or Wrenn and 6. You know, the world is kind of your oyster, you know. I got lands, got spells. A few too many lands though. Let's try it. Tough deck for sure. Yeah, I want to cut the Asmos, the cookbooks. I also think I might want to cut the Urza Sagas as well. I know it's kind of weird in an artifact-based deck, but your mana is so stretched. And I've played Urza before with the Thopter Sword Foundry, and I was really happy to have cut the Sagas. So it'll make your mana a lot better. It'll make your mana much better to do so, and then you get to cut those. You know, you will cut at least the Needle from the main deck. I wonder if you can play Third Path Iconoclast here. Maybe, probably not. It's not that far away. All right, let's keep the blast up here. Yeah, I want to cut the Sagas, the cookbook package. I'm really not too sure like what else needs to be in the deck though. But to either you just play Metallic Rebuke and a removal spell. I think that would be fine. It would also probably be fine too. It's awful draw. to play like Ledger Shredder and get more card selection. Ledger Shredder also like really, really good with the unearths. Okay. Also, like, if you cut the green, because you cut the Saga, cut the Haywire Might, you're just Grixis. Oh, you have to play Maria. You have to play Maria, never mind. Hard deck. Hard deck. Kind of feel like my opponent has the Blood Moon here. I'm hoping they don't, and I just get to make, you know, get Metalcraft with the Urza Saga, blast this. Though we haven't, I think a lot of loose thoughts here. I think that's maybe all I got. Very complicated deck to build. Hopefully that was like a nudge in the right direction. Because I really feel strongly that you want to cut the Sagas, cut that food, the Asthma package, and then the deck opens up so much in like this 4-color pie. I don't know exactly the direction to go, but like some combination of like Rebuke and or Galvanic Blast or Unholy Heat. I know Ledger Shredder is probably the direction I'd go. And not either play the Rins in the main or not at all, but probably not at all. Okay, so let's make a Saga token here. And then I wonder if my opponent is like banking on me just like leading out with this Galvanic Blast, and they're going to just undying it. So what if I get just get a Springleaf Drum and cast an Emry and not cast the Galvanic Blast this turn? Did I consider Metalcraft uncast? Like if they destroy one of your 3 artifacts, it does not deal just 2. I'm confused what you're asking exactly, but okay. We got Karn the Great Creator in a Urza, Emry, third path. This said Paradox. I thought it was going to be Paradoxical Outcome. Okay, main phase Bolt Emry. Yeah, it really, really feels like they're holding up the Undying here. So what do I do? One thing that would have been good to do here is draw a spell. And didn't do that. I think I'm just going to attack with one of my 2 constructs. Chump block, blast them down to 6, and then just have lethal in the backswing. I think they have both. I think they almost definitely have another Undying effect here. Undying doesn't work. When I say Undying, I don't mean like literally Undying Evil. I mean the card they actually play, Feign Death. Undying effect, not like I'm not. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to put them on Undying Evil. Because they sometimes play one, but it's, you know, they play way more copies of the other ones. Alright. Kind of feels like we got them. I guess we'll never know unless they come into the chat and tell me that we got them, I guess. In this matchup, I want to cut the Mox Amber. Would I classify this deck as mid-range? I would sure. I mean, I usually like think of decks like Murktide as mid-range. I think the Magic community as whole usually would classify Murktide as tempo. Tempo doesn't have like a ton of meaning, so sure. All right, I think I'm gonna play the 4th Heat, and I'm gonna cut the Aether Spellbomb for the Shadow Spear and click submit. So I kind of hate this Academy Ruins. It's a card I think is like usually like just so much worse than other cards you could be playing, and like it just like the fact it's your 5th colorless land and your 20 land deck that has this blue-red 2-drop. I would not play the Academy Ruins. This Lantern control package of like Codex Shredder, Lantern, Pixis feels really weird to me here. It feels very, very weird to me here. Is it good? You tell me. But I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying I'm having like literally the hardest time evaluating it in this shell. Pillar, tier 1, thank you. Is Tarmogoyf a modern playable card? Tarmogoyf is a fringe role player in modern. You know, it wasn't that long ago. I was like, you know, I had a 12-3 stream with Jund Saga. I think Jund Saga is still a deck I would absolutely recommend in modern to anybody, and I kind of don't think that that's like very likely to change anytime soon either. Is Tarmogoyf the superstar of modern that it used to be, like a format-defining card that is just an absolute powerhouse and is just gonna get the job done? No. I'm gonna get Island to play around Blood Moon, which they play a lot of usually. No, but it is fringe playable. So the main thing is I think you should play the 4th Urza like almost 100%. This Lantern Control package feels so weird to me, especially with no like ensnaring bridges. Could it be better than I think? Maybe. It looks to be very odd at the moment. I see that you have the very, very old school classic tech of Geoper Aether Grid in the sideboard for Stony Silences, and I will gladly tell you to not worry about this. Don't worry about Stony Silence in modern. Like, just like nobody plays that card. It is I play a lot of artifact decks. I play like a lot of the 8-key combo deck. I play decks, you know, like this all the time. Affinity. I've been Stony Silenced maybe like one time in hundreds of matches with like Artifact Brews. I expected Iconoclast and aggro deck. Well, that's the thing about Iconoclast, right? It fits in a lot of shells, but this is, I think, a very good shell for it, too. Wafo plays one. I mean, Wafo's also, you know, built different. What can I say? I think cards like Tarmo, Snap, Cryptic should be added to Pioneer. I have a list of cards that I would like added to Pioneer. I've tweeted it a couple times. If you're super interested, I don't think I had Tarmogoyf for Cryptic Command necessarily on that list, but wouldn't be super unreasonable either. I know. This is also the thing. I think I'm done trying to say what Pioneer should or shouldn't be. I've said this a few times. I think the player base can kind of figure it out. Sorry, Chef. Deck techs are $15 now. I know it's not on the screen. It's on this screen. We have the Lucy Cam. Maybe I should add it to this screen, but it's $5 more. Yeah, okay, so in this list, I want the 4th Urza really, really badly. If you think the Lantern Control Shell package is fine, that's fine. Don't play the Aether Grid. I would be very likely to be cutting like the 2nd Pixis for the 4th Urza, and like this feels like, you know, start playtesting stage. They'll have to ban Mystic Sanctuary to put Cryptic. I mean, without fetch lands, Mystic Sanctuary is like certainly like much less of a problem. Terminate on top, that's okay. You're worth it. Thank you, Chef. If you post a link in the chat, I can take a look. Then I will, once I get in between matches, I'll get the text up on the Lucy screen. Okay, so yeah, they do have the Undying effect, it seems. I can Unholy Heat the Fury in response to the Undying effect here. That would come at the cost of not making a Saga token, though. So I feel like I should just float a mana and then float a mana. Let this happen. Let them undie the Fury. Make a Saga token after this happens. That's fine too. Okay, so they're going to attack with the Seasoned Pyromancer, try to undie it. I'm just not gonna block the Seasoned Pyromancer. Literally, how is their last card Fury? Why would you not lead on the Fury? I'm so confused. Literally, why would they not just hardcast Fury first? I mean, it ends up being exactly the same. But I just, like, can't play around it, I guess. I got some. I must have milled over my mountain. Salt? I mean, that's, I don't. Maybe a little. Mostly just confused though. So if I equip here, 4 block. I'm just trying not die to bolt. I'll just heat this and then not be dead to bolt. If they hard fast Fury, you can rebuke. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Still weird, but it makes sense. More sense. It ended up working out pretty well for them. I don't know. I think no matter what, like, that is the outcome of this turn. I was just trying to figure out why they sequenced the way they did. Yeah, so I think we're just Emry, Ragavan, attack, hold up rebuke again. Can this deck fit Breach In is worth it? It can absolutely fit Breach In, but the idea of this deck is that you don't need Breach to win games, and you are able to build this version that is very similar to Breach, obviously, but is able to not be vulnerable to cards like Pithing Needle, Rest in Peace, Disenchant effects, much more resilient to Disenchant effects, and you just get to play like a fair value game, and without having to breach weaknesses and still having like the the value pile that Breach has. And and also, like, it's important to me to say, like, that's not to say that this deck is definitely better than Breach, or even like very likely to be better than Breach, as Breach is like one of, if not the best decks in Modern. But I think this is an interesting way to build a deck, and I also think that for the most part, people are going to be building this archetype with Breach. I think most players early on are going to be playing Iconoclast in this blue-red shell with Breach, and so I wanted to kind of try this other version, which I think has a lot of potential too. And I'm also currently 5-0 with the deck and up a game. Our research desk has been really good. Can Iconoclast fit with just Ascendancy? I usually really dislike playing. Oh, sorry, Chef. Did you post the link in the chat? If you did, I missed it. But if you post it again, sorry, so much going on. 6 down now. Oh, okay, I like this hand a lot. Yeah, Unlucky. How did I forget Unlucky Witness? Unlucky Witness, yes. Unlucky Witness needs to come in over easily the Supplier. I Twitch, I Witch, whatever. This could be a better card than I think. I do think this formula of like 16 1-mana creatures to sack is like very interesting. So you can just max out on Village Rites, Eaten Alive, Deadly Dispute. I don't hate that. I do, however, dislike no Unlucky Witness. Witness is nuts. Witness is so good. Astutia's Supplier is terrible, and there's a card that is no. Although we do get to go turn 2 Emry here with Spell Pierce up and play a Saga. Wow. What a opening hand on the play too. I didn't mill over anything, but I can sack Research Desk end of turn. I guess I can sack now. Until your next turn. Yeah, so I guess I just sack now. I can find a Bauble. Okay, we'll just get the island. Yeah, so yeah, play Unlucky Witness over Supplier. Figure out if I Twitch is the best next one drop, or if there's a different one drop. Like there's one that it dies, it gives some it enters mill 2 when it dies, you give something -1/-1. I don't know if that's better, but do some research, some testing. Maybe someone in chat can tell you. Cut the Gix, cut the Braids, cut the Kari Sevs, and then probably just play like. You could play Meat Hook, I guess. I'm not like in love with Meat Hook, but I would play like +2 Eaten Alive or +1 Eaten Alive +1 Village, right? It's probably +2 Eaten Alive just because of the how bad Karn the Great Creator is for you. Okay, yeah, I know this comes at the cost of me not being able to make a Saga token, but this Thalia is certainly a thorn in my side, so... And we get the value with the desk, too. Meat is really good against Tribe or any creature-based deck. Yeah, but I think as Sack, you're already really good in those matchups, and I would also say, like, I'm not of the impression that those are, like, necessarily the decks to beat in Pioneer either. But I do think one of us in your intent deck is fine. Okay, we'll sack the desk here. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Ooh, great draw. So we'll make a token. Make a token. Grab Springleaf Drum. Cast Research Desk. Cast Thoughtcast, cast Unholy Heat. I think I'm heating over blasting. Probably could have Ephemerate here. That'd be pretty bad. Wow, that's Ephemerate? That's pretty bad. No Pioneer testing for the weekend. I spent all night panic testing and pivoting decks and testing new tech after... Like, I went into last night 17-5 with my deck I've been spending, like, you know, a lot of time with, and then I was doing a ton of testing, and I just kept losing, and I was panicking, and switching decks last minute, and asking people for cards, and I think I still am bringing 2 decks, but I think I'm just going to play the deck I had settled in on, and chop up last night to just being a bad night. Unlucky Witness, Grim Initiate, Epicur. Yeah, Epicur or Initiate are probably the next best. Probably Epicur. Decklist will do 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'm playing the Last Chance qualifiers, so don't have to worry about that because I just have to Last Chance qualify. Yeah, I did see Doom make sweet tech. It's a little weird because it's like, I don't know. Pioneer's so weird, but Doomwake is like crushing with his list. I did make some changes. It's classic, make some changes and then like do worse. But I also feel like Doom's list had some like. I play tested the list. There's some cards I really disliked. I made some changes, but I also was like doing a ton of losing. And Doomwake's like, oh, I'm 4-0 against mono green, and I was 0-3 against mono green. But like Doomwake's winning the die rolls, I'm losing the die rolls, which is so frustrating. And then, like, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just classic Pioneer stuff. Classic Pioneer stuff. What's Emry's role in the deck? Is she just generating mild card advantage? I mean, Emry is, like, currently, like, +3 cards this game, but I guess she is just a card every turn, huh? I'm gonna cast this first. If I find Iconoclast, yeah. Find Iconoclast, then I'm wanting to save the Bauble for after that. Emry is also like Yep. Iconoclast triggers. Yeah, Mox Amber enabler. The last chance qualifiers are not open deck list, which is why I haven't said anything. I guess I'm blasting the Stoneforge Mystic so they can't equip a sword here. Yeah, I think if you LCQ, you have to play the deck you played. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I imagine I would. Colin, 32 months. Thank you. You don't? Okay. I mean, I imagine I will. Like, it's kind of hard to like not 5-0 something and. They'd be like, oh, I'm actually gonna switch decks. Thanks for calling for the 32 months. Can't believe it's been that long. Holy shit. If you would LCQ, you have like 30 minutes to upload. Like, I mean, it's plenty of time. It's plenty of time. People people have said that a lot. Like, it's like an issue, I guess. I don't know why it really would be. Wait, they named Expressive Iteration? Weird. Block. I mean, Solitude exists. So I'm trying to think about Solitude. They have to have Solitude white card as the 2 mystery cards. Destructotron with the casual 20 pack. If you got a gifted sub from Destructotron, make sure to thank him. Appreciate you, buddy. Love you, buddy. That'll give us the fire and our hearts to 5-0 this league, hopefully. Let me get these spell pierces out of here. Pretty good for the 4th rebuke also. Bring in the 4th heat. Got the member. Got the lantern. Got the Aether Spellbomb, I think it's... Well, Aether Spellbomb is good against the Cauldron token. Maybe I don't want Shadow Spear. Yeah, Shadow Spear is kind of dopey. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to drag this in. Okay. So I can play 4th Rebuke. First Shadow Spear. I guess I'll play the Spear. I know I'm going to miss it, huh? Wait, why did the... I didn't mute the notifications. Do you ever lose my mind based off large donations or large gifted subs? Do you mean like content creator react? Wow! Oh, sorry. Esther's in a meeting. Damn it. I was going to do a whole bit. Hopefully that didn't like ruin it. Oh my gosh, Destructotron. Thank you for the... I will do ASMR content creator. I cannot believe it. 20 gifted subs. Let's go. Can we get the hype train going, please? Can we get the hype train going? I can't believe it. Make sure to like the button and crash the stock market. Let's go. Destructotron. Sorry, the bit would be a lot better. I'd be yelling and screaming if Esther had not explicitly asked me to not yell and scream. 1 20-pack equals 1 belly rub for Lucy. Yeah, I know, and I failed. Oh, so they're playing Thalia in the... I should have realized that their main deck had the Feast and Famine. I thought they were... And they had Thalia, so I assumed they were just like regular old Death and Taxes. The Iconoclast making Colorless tokens is actually super relevant against like sort of Fire and Ice deck though. Deck text increase price by 10x by 0.5x. Name iteration again. The main deck Metallic Mage too. Just yeah, their list is like pretty different from like the last one I played. Man, iteration summon to the top of my library too. I really want to hold the Bauble for a second Iconoclast, but I need the colorless blocker pretty badly. Yeah, invitational card tribal. Did I consider DRC for Emry? I did, yeah, I did. Glad I got this mountain. I'm pretty happy with my decision to play Emry instead. It's also like Nassif always cracks me up when he's like, when someone comes to his chat, it's just like, it's like week 1 and I'm like 5-0 with the deck. I like this deck because my record is good with it. Yeah, he's a few times done like a good bit about this attitude, but it's like it's a pretty easy trap to fall into. I have a good record, so my deck is good, and I'm trying not to fall into that trap. But I've been happy enough with the Emry so far. I'm currently 6-0 with the deck, and Emry has felt good. It is definitely true that Emry is not a mandatory include, but I think has been a reasonable inclusion here. But you know, this card has a lot of potential, and you can build it in a lot of different ways. Yeah, Emry over Emry over Dragon Regis Channeler or Ledger Shredder. I'd probably play Channeler between the two. Ooh, brutal. It's actually super bad. Do I feel this deck has legs? Yeah. I'm 6-0 with it up a game. We have also been playing against a lot of, you know, weird decks, but also we've had some of the matches we've been fighting for our lives and like Moldafors and winning anyways. Deck's been very powerful. Deck has definitely been very powerful. Die, Metallic Mage die. What about Mox Amber? We have a Mox Amber in the deck. I think I trimmed it post-war. Okay, deck tech for Arc. If I missed a deck tech, which I think maybe I did, yell at me. But I can't remember who it was. If it was someone, sorry. Oh, my name's sort of Fire Ice here. What do I think of DRC? I mean, so again, like this has been a big conversation. You could play DRC over Emry. You could play. And then you cut the Mox Amber and you have one extra slot, and like that's about it. But like one kind of issue is like I wanted to lean more into the Mystic deck. Okay, that's what I thought. It's always so tough, especially during the 5-0 matches. But it's like I want to lean into the artifact synergies. I'm not like as interested in. Okay, it's an interesting draw. I'm not as interested in. Just trying to play the deck in a more traditional, fair fashion at first, if that makes sense. Obviously, like, you can blend the decks a bit more, but, like, you know, you cut Emry for DRC, and then all of a sudden you have lower artifact synergies, so maybe you have to cut the Thoughtcast, so then maybe, like, you know, at that point, like, how are the Urza sagas, you know, the Metallic Rebukes, the Galvanic Blast, like, I just wanted to lean more into the artifact synergies, but I do think you could cut the Emry, so it'd be fine. Okay, double block so I don't get the token. Pretty happy with this trade. I just loved, like, incidentally, we have 4 artifacts, so tokens in play. Yeah, if you play Saga into Moon, it immediately dies. Okay, so this was a missed deck tech from earlier, and then Arc also had a deck tech. So if we post that in the chat, we can put that in the queue. Yeah. They double block, so I want to get the treasure token. Right, let's expressively iterate. Beautiful. Maybe better to have Scalding Tarn instead. Probably not that big a deal. Scalding Tarn over the Rebuke, obviously playing Saga this turn. So then it's Cauldron, Mystery card, and then they're drawing Recruiter. So the Mystery card is a land. We'll get to Rebuke the Recruiter. I think what's nice about this spot is they can't really attack with the Cauldron. Then we can just get Aether Spellbomb for the Germ token. You're playing too many unplayable dragons. I know that you're trying to make Silumgar's Scorn work. I would do a 3-2 split of Ojutai Limerith, and then I would consider like 2 copies of Dragon Turtle over Silumgar. Potentially Sprite Dragon. Sprite Dragon really is like by far the most playable dragon. But like it would obviously require you to be Jeskai instead of Esper, so that is a direction you could consider going. Wait, this is modern? Oh, sorry. I saw Fetid Pools. I thought that was Fetid Heath for a second. Never mind. Why not the new Dragon Engine? I mean, that card's... I mean, I don't know if you see this deck, but we're pretty far away from Dragon Engine. Let me maybe finish this 5-0 match and then get back into the deck techs. Just very quickly get the job done. Miwo, 4 months, thank you. And then I want to get Arch's deck tech too. I didn't see it posted. I don't know if this is Arch's deck tech. But if someone wants to make sure that's in the chat. Miss Lethal. I don't think I miss. Oh, Miss Lethal, kill the Solitude, attack with everything. I mean, they do have an unknown card in the hand. But we'll find Lethal here. Have a safe trip, Spike. Good luck in Atlanta. Can do this one quickly. By the way, I signed up with NordVPN for Oath. Awesome, I love that. Good luck. Have convention. I'm gonna try not to eat too many chicken fingers on the trip. Needle on the sideboard. Rest in peace, Luris. Thank you, Arcbound. Every time someone in chat just says Miss Lethal, I get flashbacks, and I just assume that they're correct. Building mana bases for Leyline Binding is very tricky. I kind of like the way you've done it, where you just have a couple of off-color triomes, and this card is going to be 3 mana a lot of the time, 2 mana a lot of the time, and occasionally 1 mana. I think that's fine. That's when you're already splashing white. Again, I would pretty seriously consider splashing red instead of black, and play Sprite Dragon, but if you want to play Esper because you're a hero and you want to do that... okay, I know the boss card's Recruiter, so I'll just kill this. That's fine. Okay, 5-0. Awesome, feels great. 5-0. Yeah. So I would play again 3-2 split of Dragonlord Ojutai Limerith, Dragon Turtle over Silumgar. This deck is sick. So I kind of want to play one more with this deck. I also kind of want to. I kind of want to play the other deck I rented too.